Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Business Buddies on LinkedIn, brought to you by Folkship Communications. I'm your host, DJ Lagrange. Now, as you guys probably already gathered, this show will be primarily about LinkedIn and all things regarding LinkedIn, but we'll also be discussing a couple of business topics. Because this is the first show, I thought it's best for us to start discussing what the structure will be and what the flow of the show will probably take on. What we'll be doing is we'll be discussing a lot of business tools that you guys can utilize in your social media, as well as online marketing challenges and how you can use social media to your advantage. We'll also be discussing a couple of news headlines that happened during the week. We might even talk about the Guptas. So, what I want to start off first about talking on Business Buddies is why, in my opinion, LinkedIn is probably one of the most underrated and underutilized social medias. But first, let's look at a couple of alarming statistics. Now, according to a couple of statistics by Smart Insights, LinkedIn is literally the smallest of major social media platforms. If we take a look at it, when you think about it, they only have 106 million active users. Now, if you compare that to Facebook with 1,871 million users, Instagram with 600 million, and Twitter with 371 million users, it's rather safe to say that LinkedIn still has quite a way to go. Another alarming figure is the fact that only 18% of LinkedIn users engage on LinkedIn on a daily basis, and only 31% engages on a weekly basis, which will probably be why my show only runs on a weekly basis. But if you combine those two figures, you'll find that it doesn't even come close to what Facebook is doing at the moment with a daily user percentage of 76%. You're probably wondering why I think that this is still one of the most underutilized and underrated social media platforms out there. Basically, LinkedIn is your online office. It's who you are, what you do, and where you do it professionally. It's an online CV, if you will. It's best to keep your LinkedIn profile neat and tidy and current. Reason for that being is a lot of CEOs operate on LinkedIn, as well as COOs and industry leaders. Now, that is probably also why LinkedIn isn't very popular amongst the larger population of the earth. But this is also what makes LinkedIn so great. Because it's such a serious and professional platform, you know the news that you get on it is legitimate, as well as the info that you get from it. It's a place where CEOs can really share their professional thoughts. Well, that's it from me this week, guys. But here's a little tidbit of what to expect in the coming weeks. Now, as our show grows, I'd like to make this a much more interactive show, which means you as the audience will start getting involved much more. We're going to do this by having a little small Q&A every week. What this means is you guys have the whole week to send me a bunch of questions that you'd like answered and discussed on the show. Now, how you guys can do this is you can comment in the comment section below this video on LinkedIn, or what you guys can also do is you can send me an email at info@focalshift.co.za. That's info@focalshift.co.za. Well, that's it from me, guys, but please also remember that this isn't the only show that Folkshift Communications is producing. We also have a great show on Facebook called Slap Chips on Facebook. We've got a great show on Twitter called Tissues on Twitter. And to top it off, we even have a show on Instagram called Turn Up Instagram. That's it from me, guys. Stay connected.